Hello guys, long time no face video. I kind of just wanted to do something different on my channel and just have a little chat. There's been some pretty good K-pop releases this year and I wanted to just talk about a few that I liked that released pretty recently. So I'm only going to do like within the last like maybe a month or two or something, if that's how far back my list goes. I don't know. Also, please note I'm not very good with like musical terms. So if I'm thinking of something and I explain it really stupidly, it's because I can't think of the exact musical term for it or something, but I just wanted to like express what songs I like and what I like about them. So yeah, we'll start off with maybe Espa. So they released their pre-release Supernova. It seems to me maybe like a double title track, but I think it's more like a pre-release because they kind of promoted that first and then Armageddon released a bit later. And to me, both of them feel very Espa style, but still slightly different than what they do. That's what I really like about Espa's music, is that they're not afraid to try something different, but it still has that like Espa sound to it. So I love it. Personally, between the two, I like Supernova. To me, it's a great like working out song or like jogging song. I was listening to Supernova while jogging the other week and it was perfect. I felt so motivated to keep running. I love both. Obviously Supernova went a little viral with like the OA part. I feel like Armageddon was a little experimental. It has a very cool like dance to it. This move they do like this part, but they kind of like shake their whole hand. I love that and I think Karina does it so well. When I watch the dance to that, I love watching her because she does it so good. Like this hand thing, that's like my favorite part of the choreo. But so far that's one of my favorites from as of recently. Another one of my favorites that released pretty recently is Enhypen's Fatal Trouble. I am just loving Enhypen these days. People that haven't really been keeping up with what I like and everything might be shocked to hear it, but I really actually love Enhypen's music and I'm kind of sad it took me this long to dive into them musically, but really they are just amazing. They release bop after bop and I love their B-sides. Oh my gosh, especially as of recently. I did listen to their older music, which is also really good, but I feel like recently their B-sides have gotten even better. Like they were already so great. Two of their latest albums, which is the Fatal Trouble one, which I believe was like a special album, and then also their Dark Blood album, I think is called. The album with Bite Me as the title track. Those two albums, literally I downloaded the entire album in my favorites playlist because oh my gosh, especially this latest album, the Fatal Trouble album, is so good. Oh my gosh, like I just love every single track. I'd say my top two favorites on that is Criminal Love and Teeth. Oh my gosh, Teeth is so good. I love the part in the song where it kind of like slows down and it speeds up again. It kind of reminds me of that one track Stray Kids did on their In Life album. It has me like intrigued. I want to like hear, oh, when is it gonna slow down or go back to the normal pace? It, you know, it's very like intriguing and it had me hooked listening to it and it's like addicting almost. So I love that track so much. Definitely Fatal Trouble, and I love their outfits they wear on the live stage with like the hood and stuff and they look so good. I sound like a huge Enhypen stan, but I'm really just like a casual stan, but I'm starting to really like them. Another one I wanted to talk about that I really liked this year is Wavy's Gimme That. I love Gimme That. It's a very like feel-good song. It always makes me so happy and puts me in a good mood, but what I really love about this release is the B-sides. This Wavy album, and I actually personally tend to love Wavy B-sides a lot. To me, they have like one of the best B-sides out of all of NCT. I don't know if that's just me, that's just how I feel personally, but I tend to love their B-sides so much. But this album, oh my gosh, and they have released quite a bit at this point. I mean, not as much as some of the other units, but I mean, at this point, they've released quite a bit. But I have to say, I think it's my favorite Wavy album to date. I'm addicted to like every track. I'd say my number one favorite on that album though is Don't Get Mad. I don't know, I love the lyrics. I just love hearing them sing it. And it's very catchy. It has that like kind of song that I just like vibe to. I just want to like sway when I listen to it. I don't know. It's just very catchy. And like literally all the other tracks are my second favorite. They're so good. So if you have not listened to that album, I definitely highly would recommend it. I mean, I'm here to just talk about all the great music I like, and I just love my music taste. So I feel like anything I like, I feel like you'd like. I'm just joking around when I say that, but I feel like I know it's good. So I definitely would recommend checking it out. Another release I really liked this year is Nyon ABCD. You also might be shocked to hear this because I'm never really a Twice stan, and I actually liked Nyon's like debut album Pop, or like that release, but this one is even better. I mean, if you've heard it, you probably know how good it is. To me, it sounds very like 2000, like early 2000s pop, kind of like Christina Aguilera. That's what it immediately made me think of, Christina Aguilera. And I was a huge Christina Aguilera fan when I was younger. I actually went to her concert. It was my first ever concert. It was her tour in 2002. I always loved Christina and her music, and you know, that's like my era. That's like the kind of pop music I grew up with, you know, that kind of like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, early 2000s pop. I love it. I'm just very drawn to that kind of music. So when I first heard ABCD, I pretty much fell in love with it. You know, I actually heard the teaser and it was like the "Hey, you're gonna be my babe," and I was like, okay, it's pretty catchy, it's all right. But then when I heard like the other part of the chorus, that's what like just shocked me almost. I had no idea it was gonna actually sound like that, and now I also am obsessed with the first part of the chorus too. Overall, that whole song is just like insanely good. I also love the music video to it, and I love the choreo to it. Unfortunately, the song seems very short. Like, they did add a dance break part to the song. I'm never usually really a huge fan of dance break parts in songs unless you're ITZY. They just perfect it. They did not add that on Spotify, so the song is like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So short. I wish it was a little longer. I know like the dance break part is part of the song. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but I think Nyon did such an amazing job with this comeback. Amazing. 2 thumbs up. I wasn't going to talk about songs this far back, but I still want to kind of mention it. I want to talk about music of groups I don't really collect, so I want to mention this. Baby Monster. They released their like official debut. Well, I'd say their official debut was actually Batter Up, but this was their first album, so they came back with Sheesh. I love Sheesh actually. It's very YG sounding, but it's not like YG is trying to like recycle old stuff. I really feel like this is Baby Monster's sound because, I don't know, it's slightly different from like Blackpink and 21 and stuff. It's different from that. It doesn't sound anything like it to me. So I know a lot of people joke around saying it's just YG recycling old Blackpink or 21 songs, but I don't think so. I think it was made for them, and honestly, these girls are so talented. Man, Ahyun especially, she is just an amazing vocalist. Like, and I'm not just saying that, she actually is a very talented vocalist, and she just slays it on stage every time. And I just love that she adds her own little flair to it. Like when they're on Inkigayo or something, she goes like, "Inkigayo, are you ready?" and stuff like that, and she changes it up. Or if they're on music core, she'll say music core. I love that she puts her own little sound to it, and people were kind of like making fun of her, saying, oh, she overdoes it with the facial expressions on stage. I totally disagree. I don't think it's overdoing it. I think she was trained very well, and she loves what she does. So she's out there having fun, and you know, you can see that she's having fun. It's not forced. Overall, I'm just very impressed with Baby Monster, so I love Sheesh a lot. When I first heard Batter Up last year when it came out, I didn't really like it that much. I loved the pre-chorus though. The pre-chorus was like addicting. But the more I've listened to it now, I actually love it, and I love it even more than Sheesh. It is so good. The chorus takes a bit of getting used to. I think that's what people really were turned off by, that like empty sounding chorus. I don't know if empty sounding is the right word, but I love the raps in that song. The girls with the rap position are also very good. I'm not very familiar with the Baby Monster members. I know most of them, but I think some of the rappers I'm not very familiar with. Yeah, and I also think the girls have very unique individual vocal styles, especially that one girl, I think her name is Rami, the girl with the blonde hair. I love her voice. It's very unique sounding and very different. I know it's her every time she's singing. I'm sorry if I got the name wrong, if you sound so confused. Yeah, you hopefully know who I'm talking about. I'm sorry if I mixed the name up, but I love in that way. They sound very unique. Those girls are awesome. Oh, and I just love their B-sides too. I absolutely love their song Like That. If I'm remembering this correctly, or if I heard it right, I believe actually Charlie Puth wrote that song, I think. That song is so good. I love it. It's all in English and it's just amazing. And then another song that released pretty recently is, well, I'll talk about Rise's releases. They came back with Impossible, and then recently they came out with Boom Boom Bass. I really like Impossible. It's kind of like house music maybe, not deep house. Like, I mean, I've seen people make comparisons to Chinese View. It's not like that. I think it's more like Taeyeon's Y, kind of that style of music. And then I listened to the B-sides on that album, and I also loved the B-sides, especially One Kiss. When I heard that, it actually kind of reminded me of something maybe like One Direction would release. But I love One Kiss. It's so catchy. I really like that one. And then for Boom Boom Bass, that one's also kind of catchy. Another one I'll talk about is a group I don't collect. It's actually a newly debuted group. It is Bad Villain. They debuted with their song also called Bad Villain. I actually like it a lot. It's not like a cookie cutter debut song. They just went straight into it, like bam, like we're Bad Villain. This is our song Bad Villain and we're badasses. No, just kidding. I'm going to guess they're super young. All new groups these days are very young, but I like their sound a lot. And I don't know, it's very like powerful and strong sounding. I actually haven't listened to the B-side, so I can't really talk about their music in general, but they are under the same company that Taemin moved to, the one that Wavy's is under. So yeah, I always see Taemin promoting them. Well, not always, but I think he promoted them once. But yeah, so they're pretty cool. There's nothing more I can really say about them because I don't know too much about them, but I really like their debut song. Actually, I mainly like the chorus. The other parts are a little iffy to me. Not iffy, just like not totally my style, but I really love the chorus. It's like a nice full chorus, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, then we'll also talk about one of the latest comebacks to release, which is obviously Key's Tongue Tied. It's his Japanese release. It's been a very long time since Key released a Japanese song. The last one he released was like years and years ago. It was nice to have, and of course his album packaging is as cool as ever, as it always is, but it's not about that. It's about the music. And obviously, to me, it's very Key style. It actually sounds similar, in my opinion, to Villain featuring Jeno that Key released on his Gasoline album. To me, they have like similar vibes. It sounds very like, not creepy, that's not the right word, but it sounds like a song that would release in October around Halloween. The whole vibe of that to me seems very like Halloween-y. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but of course, amazing. I definitely would check it out. And he released the one B-side on it, which was called, well, I should have wrote that song down, but of course anything Key releases is perfection. But yeah, that's also a great one. And the very last song I will talk about that came out really recently, actually one of the most recent ones, is Red Velvet Cosmic. This has to be one of my favorite Red Velvet comebacks as of recently. It's so good. I love the chorus. It's like, I don't know, I feel like happiness running through my veins. That sounds very weird. I just feel like happy. I feel happy endorphins when I listen to that song. It's very magical sounding. I don't know, I just feel like every time I listen to it, I feel like I see sparkles like everywhere and just like glitter. I love it. An amazing comeback by Red Velvet. I love the styling. Just this whole album was great too. It also seems like a lot of people really enjoyed this comeback, which I love to see. I always see like people expecting too much. I don't know if that's the right word from Red Velvet, because everyone is always like disappointed with their comebacks, which not me. I always love Red Velvet's comebacks a lot. So it's nice to see that people actually really enjoyed this comeback. As a Revelove, it makes me very happy to see that people very much enjoyed this comeback. Red Velvet Cosmic, amazing. Amazing song to end off this video. Yes, so that was all the recent comebacks I wanted to talk about. Obviously, there was a lot more I enjoyed that released earlier, but I didn't want this video to be too long. I kind of just wanted to talk about some recent comebacks. I wanted to make this video to have an opportunity to talk about groups I don't collect, like Baby Monster, Nyon, Bad Villain, Enhypen. So it's nice to like get my thoughts out because I'm not really able to because I don't collect those groups. So if you agree with me, comment below, and also comment below what your favorite comebacks are as of recently. I mean, if you want to talk about songs that came out like in the beginning of the year, that's cool too. All positive comments are welcome down below. Please don't talk about songs you didn't like though. I want this to be a positive video and only positive things, so talk about the comebacks you liked in the comments. I'd love to read them and engage with you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.